We're just waiting for some channels to come online here, and we're going to be getting started. All right. Looks like we are live on Facebook and YouTube. Happy Tuesday, folks. We're going to be unboxing some photography equipment. We're going to be going live on Amazon as well, and that's where the official show is going to be happening there. But I'm also multicasting over on YouTube and Facebook because I have built communities in those two areas there. So I want to bring you people from there over to Amazon. That's going to be the best shopping experience because you're going to be able to shop all the products we're going to talk about here today on Amazon, directly on Amazon. So we're going to be going live on there in a few seconds here. I'm just making sure that everything is loading up as it needs to. And double checking everything here. All right, everything's looking good. And looks like we are ready to go here. Oh, forgot to do one thing here. 1 second. I always record the show so I can have a backup. Get that plugged in. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, let me know in the chat room. That way I can say hi to you. See if we have any viewers tuned in right now. It doesn't look like yet. All right. So it looks like we are ready to record here. So I'm going to hit record. I'm trying out a new setup here as well. So hopefully everything goes as planned. And we are ready to go here, folks. Also, if you're watching the recorded version of this broadcast, you can still shop the products that we're going to be talking about here using the Amazon link that is in the description, so you can use that as well. All right, let's go ahead and go live on Amazon. Happy Tuesday, folks. My name is Adrian with Project Ramos, and today we're going to be unboxing some photography / videography equipment. So if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, let me know in the chat room that you're watching, but I would recommend that you join us over on Amazon because that's going to be the best viewing experience, being that you're going to be able to shop all the products that we're going to be talking about here today. If you are joining us on Amazon, say hi to me in the chat room. That way I know who's watching. I always like to see who's tuned in here. So we're going to be getting started with this small rig phone holder, and I'll explain in a second why I brought this guy in. So I'm just giving folks a chance here to go ahead and log in. I also want to make sure that our chat room is working and everything is working as expected. Let's just typing in the chat here. It's my way of just making sure that my chat is working, and it is. You'll be able to see it pop up right there. All right, so we're like I mentioned a second ago before I went live on Amazon that I'm trying out some new features here. So hopefully everything goes as planned here and we don't run into any hiccups. And I just want to remind everybody again, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, join over on Amazon. Link is in the description. So let's go ahead and move over to my overhead cam here. Let me get this guy zoomed in a little bit. All right, so what this is here is a smartphone holder. It's made by Small Rig. I'm a big fan of Small Rig products. Let me make one quick change here. All right, there we go. I'm a big fan of Small Rig products, and as of late, I've been bringing in some Small Rig devices. I recently opened up a RGB pocket light that Small Rig just put out, and so far that light has been really good. So this one is something I wanted to bring in to check out, and the reason is, give me one quick second here. The reason is because this is what I was using before bringing this in. It's this plastic phone holder. It works okay. I just didn't like the fact that it was made out of plastic and it's kind of flimsy. So when you do lock in your phone, it still moved a little bit, as you can see here. I'm trying to get it in camera. So right now it's locked into position, but it still wiggles around. I didn't like that. I want the phone holder to be able to grab onto my smartphone and really grab onto it and not have any wiggle like that. What I did like about this one here is the fact that it had a quarter 20 right on top of here, which gave me some options there. And then it also has a quarter 20 at the bottom, so I can mount this onto a tripod. So it is a very useful smartphone holder, but I just didn't like the build of it. It was a little too flimsy for me. So this small rig one that I brought in, I'm hoping is going to be better quality, and it's going to be able to hold the smartphone a lot more steady than the one I just showed you on camera there. So let's go ahead and get this guy opened up here. And if you're watching on Amazon, let me know in the chat room. That way I can say hi to you. I always like to know who's watching. And if you're new here to the broadcast, this is what I do here. I unbox electronic devices in photography, videography, smartphones, pretty much any electronics that I find that are interesting or useful. I also like to bring in electronics that kind of have a different twist to what these devices are typically seen to be able to do. So I always like to bring those in, test them out, and see if they're really good at the features that they have on them. So definitely follow the Amazon page. Follow me on Amazon. That way, when I do go live with an unboxing, you'll get notified on the smartphone app that I am live. I have a ton of stuff that I still need to unbox. We're not going to do that here tonight. Tonight, we're going to keep it to photography and videography equipment. All right, so here's a unit. Inside the box, you get an Allen wrench. Let me get this out of the package. So you do get an Allen wrench here to be able to adjust the phone holder, I assume. All right, that is it for the contents of the box. Here's the phone holder. It is made of aluminum, so this one is not plastic like the last one that I was just showing you there. Very cool little piece here. It doesn't have like a tensioning screw. This thing works with springs, so it's spring loaded to be able to hold the tension onto your smartphone. However, it's pretty strong. Hey, my brother's tuned in. What's up, Serge? Thank you for joining in. Let's see here. What else can we say? Okay, so trying to see how we adjust this. Okay, so there is no lock to hold this holding piece in either horizontal or portrait orientation, but it does have a lot of tension. So once you do get your phone into position, it is going to be able to hang onto your phone very securely there. And it does have this neoprene or silicone pad right here to be able to protect your phone if you don't have a case on your phone. And it also has rubber pads here and here for the same reason, to be able to keep from scratching your phone if you don't have a case on your phone. Now, on either side, you have a hot shoe / cold shoe mount. So one here and one here. That's going to allow you to add some accessories onto this phone holder. And then down here is the hot shoe mount that's going to go onto either your, if you're going to mount this onto a camera to be able to get some like B-roll if you're doing some tutorials, photography or videography tutorials. And then it also has a quarter 20 at the bottom. So you're going to be able to put this onto a tripod, which is exactly how I plan to use this device. So far this thing looks like it's built very well, and it looks like it is going to solve the issue that I had with the last phone holder, and that's where because it was made out of plastic, it was kind of wiggly. This one is built very solid, so it's going to hold my smartphone very securely once I do get this mounted on there. So far, I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. I think this is going to, first of all, solve the issue that I was having with the other phone holder, and secondly, I think this one is built very well, so it's going to last me a long time. Oh, and I forgot to highlight it in the carousel. So it's highlighted now in the carousel. So you can check this one out if you're interested in a high quality phone holder. It's pretty inexpensive, not terribly expensive, being with the build quality that you're getting here. So this item is built very well. I really like it a lot. And as far as the adjustments you get, you can, as I was demonstrating a second ago, you can pivot the phone holder portion of it to either hold the phone in horizontal or portrait orientation. And then you can also pivot this section of it so you can angle the phone holder as well once you do have it mounted either on a tripod or a camera. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next product here. Let me get this out of the way. This next one is a softbox. Go ahead and zoom out a little bit here so we can get it in camera. And once again, if you're watching either on Facebook or YouTube, join us over on Amazon. And whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or on Amazon, let me know in the chat room. That way I can say hi to you. All right, let me highlight this guy in the carousel here. Now what this is a softbox for LED panels. And I'm already using one, as a matter of fact. That's my key light right now. And I wanted to bring in a second one because I want to have one that is mobile and I can move around here in the studio. And the thing about this is that LED panels are very versatile and very useful whether you're doing photography or videography. But one of the things that I found that was missing in these LED panels, I have, matter of fact, two sets of, actually 3 sets of LED panels. One of the things that was missing is that the light in some cases was a little harsh, a little too harsh. And so this softbox solves that issue. As a matter of fact, as I mentioned, I'm using an LED panel right now as my key light with one of these type of softboxes. It's made by a different brand. And it works really well. It softened up the light exactly how I needed it. But I needed one to be mobile because I didn't want to be having to remove the one that I have set up for these live streams. So that's where this one comes in here. Let's go ahead and get it open. So the seller is D&O Lighting. So you do get a nice little carrying bag here. And let me zoom out a little more because once this thing opens up, it's going to open up quite large. All right, so here is a softbox. Sorry about the crinkling noise right now. Hopefully I'm not killing your ears. Once again, if you're watching, let me know in the chat room that you're here. That way I can say hi to you. Oh, this thing's going to fold out. All right, there we go. Now, let me find the opening. Here it is. Okay, before we unfold that, let's see. Let's get this out of the bag here real quick. Jeez, these things are noisy. All right, so you get the light softbox grid, and this just goes over the softbox there. Now, the inside of the softbox does have this material here, to reflective material. That way you can maximize the amount of light coming out of your LED panel. On the flip side, here is the softbox material here. And let me see if I can get this thing popped up. Okay, a little difficult to get on camera here, but let me switch over to my, okay, so you get these little rods right here that are magnetic. So all you got to do is expand those. Just as I'm doing right now. And that's it. It's set up, ready to go. Now your LED panel goes right in here. that's it. This thing is ready to go. So this will, you put your LED panel in here, and then it's just going to drop right on top of your LED panel and hold that way. And then the grid just slips right over the front of this, and you're good to go. So it's very simple setup. As far as breaking this down, it's also very simple. You just reverse what I just did, just collapse these as such all the way around, and then this whole thing is just gonna collapse onto each other. So this looks like a very good softbox. I look forward to getting it set up and testing it out. That's another reason why I would like to ask that you follow me on Amazon, because I'm going to be uploading these reviews on my Amazon page. So once I get a chance to test these products out and see all the pros and cons on them, I'm going to be uploading a full review on them. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next product here. This softbox, there's not a whole lot to it, but it's made very well. It looks like the softbox material. It feels like it's pretty good quality. Like it is going to last for a little while here. Let me just check the chat rooms here. Looks like we have some folks tuning in on Facebook. Hey, what's going on, K9? Join over on Amazon if you can. That's the best experience, because you're going to be able to shop all the products that I'm going to be talking about here right now. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. K9's tuning in from Florida. All right, this next one is one that I'm looking forward to use here very soon for my reviews, actually. And what this is, let me go ahead and grab it here, is a motorized dolly. And what this is going to be good for is for B-roll. So when I am going to be working on these reviews and I need some B-roll, I plan to use this motorized dolly for my camera. And so right away in the box, let me zoom in a little bit. You get the instruction manual, and you get a remote control. You get a, looks like a charging cable, USB type A to USB type C. And looks like you get an Allen wrench, and looks like some kind of rubber band, another rubber band, and a little hardware piece here. Looks like quarter-20 on both sides. Now all we're doing here tonight is just unboxing these, and as I mentioned, I'm going to be testing these products out and then uploading full review on my Amazon page, so please be sure to follow the page. All right, so here is the motorized dolly. It has rubber wheels here, and then these wheels just fan out like this. And these wheels here are not motorized. These are basically there to be able to steer the dolly in whichever direction you want it to go. This is the unit that is motorized here, this wheel right here, and this is the motor right in here. Now this whole thing is made of aluminum, and it's actually made very well. This thing is built very good here. This thing feels very premium. And let's go over what we can visually see here. All right, so we got the USB Type-C connection here, so that's probably to charge up the internal battery on this, and then we get an LED indicator light here. On the flip side, we get 4 buttons. Looks like a minus, plus, probably direction, and then power. So this is probably to control the speed of the motor, and then the direction of the motor, and then to turn the unit on and off. So the way this is going to work is you got the quarter-20 mounting screw here, and then you also get another quarter-20 mounting screw hole there. So the way this works is you can set this up like this, and then you set up your camera on top of this. Okay, so if you just want a shot that's just going to go straight across like this, then you keep the wheels straight. If you want a shot that's going to do this kind of motion around your product, then you turn the wheels like this. So as this is turning, this thing will pivot like this. right? If you do it the opposite way and hold them like, you can do different angles here. So if you can do something like this, it'll give you a different pivot. So you can really play around with the angle on these wheels here to really get some very cool effects. Now I'm going to turn it on, see if there's any power on this. Let's see, I'm going to hold down the power button. And it looks like it does have power. And it's already rolling there. So there it goes there. Now I'm going to slow it down. See if it slows down for us. Maybe that's the slowest speed. Let me go faster. Yep, it's moving a lot faster. So now if I do the wheels like this, let's see. It probably needs a flat surface. Let's. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So the wheels are meant to be not turned this way, but rather this way. So let's try it out there. So now you can see how you can get some very cool B-roll right there. So let me see what is the slowest speed we can get out of this thing. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think this is going to work out really well for me for shooting some B-roll. You know, because I'm going to be able to set up whatever product I want to shoot B-roll of here on my desk, and then set up my camera on top of this, and then be able to shoot some video using this item here. Now let's go ahead and try the, I just reversed the motor, so now it's going to go the other way. Let's turn this remote on. Looks like we have to pull this out here. No. Okay, maybe we're not going to be able to try the remote. This piece isn't coming out very easy. I might have to unscrew it to get it out. All right, so far this thing is working very well for us. Yeah, it's working as expected. So we'll see what kind of results we can get out of this. So this piece here is for the wheels, this little rubber piece. So I guess if they get worn out, you get an extra one to be able to add it onto there. And then there's also some rubber pieces on the inside here. Not sure what for. It's probably for the motor piece, not sure. But you get an extra one there. And then you get this 1/4-20 hardware piece here. And Allen wrench. Very cool product. I'm looking forward to using this and see what kind of B-roll I can get using this item here. If you guys have any questions on what we're looking at here tonight, let me know in the chat room, and I'll do my best to address those questions. Let's go ahead and move on to the next product here. Let me just check my chat room here, make sure everything's good. All right. All right, so this next product is also something that I needed to be able to take some overhead shots. Now, I do have an overhead camera set up here, but this is more of a fixed setup here on my desk. I wanted one that was mobile, so that's where this next product comes in. And the product is now highlighted in the carousel, so you can check it out. We're going to go ahead and unbox it here. And the brand on this one is kind of hard to pronounce here. Kenzie, something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I see some folks logged in on Amazon. Let me know that you're who you are. That way I can say hi to you. And not to sound like a broken record, but I do got to remind everyone to follow my Amazon page, because we're going to be doing a bunch of unboxings of electronic components. So if that's your type of thing, definitely follow my page. That way you get notified when I do go live with these unboxings. All right, let's get this guy out of here. Boy, it's really in here. Let me see if we can. Jeez. It's even, looks like there's a part of this that's cutting into the box, as you can see here. All right, so it comes with this carrying bag here. Some accessories. All right, there we go there. All right, so what this is designed to do is to be mounted onto your tripod and then allow you to mount a camera on this end. That way you can get some overhead shots using a tripod. So this thing's built pretty good. As you can see, the thickness of this is, it's pretty thick. Looks like it's built very well here. So we got some accessories here. So let's see what we have. If you guys have any questions on any of this stuff, let me know in the chat room. All right, so we do get a bag for all of the various accessories that we're going to get here. And we do get a user's manual. Looks like a ball head here. So it's a beefy ball head too. It's not one of those little cheapy ones that you normally get with some of this photography equipment. Quarter 20 on the bottom, quarter 20 on the top. Hey, what do you know? A phone holder. All right. Has a quarter 20 mounting screw hole there. And we get this guy here. So this hook you can add to the back of this. That way you can balance the weight. So if you're putting mounting a pretty heavy camera on this end, you can put a sandbag on this end or a backpack to be able to counter the weight. All right, so I'm not going to mount that on right now. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat room. Don't be shy. So let me go ahead and loosen this and see. Okay, so oh, I see. Okay, so we loosen this, and now it telescopes. So there you go there. You get an idea of what kind of length you can get out of this. So once you get it to the length that you need it, then you can lock it into place using this here. And as I mentioned, this is a quarter 20 here, so you can mount your camera onto this end of it. And then here is where you're going to be able to center it onto your tripod. Loosen this piece here. Quarter 20 and 3/8. So you get two quarter 20s down here and also 3/8. So you get some choices there. So now this piece goes onto your tripod. Camera goes here. Counterweight goes here if you need it with this hook right here. And that's it. You're good to go. Now you're able to do overhead shots using this simple piece of equipment here. And what I like about this also is if you already have a tripod, this is a very simple piece of hardware to get to be able to get overhead shots very easily. I was looking at tripods that already had this piece onto it, and they were kind of expensive, and I already have some tripods, so I didn't want to bring in another tripod just to be able to have this. So being able to buy just this little hardware piece to solve that need was perfect for me. So here's all the accessories you get. Very cool little item here. Also another thing that I'm going to be looking forward to using for some product shots that I'm going to be doing for these reviews of all these products. Once again, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat room, and then also say hi to me in the chat room. That way I know you're here. And let's go ahead and move on to the next product. All right, this is going to be the last product for tonight. And it's this guy right here. This is a light stand. But what caught my attention about this one is that it's carbon fiber light stand. It's made by Newer. Newer is a brand that makes very good budget equipment. And I've been using a lot of Newer products since I got into videography and photography. And for the most part, their products never let me down. Some of the really cheap light stands, you know, they don't last very long. They start falling apart after a while, but that's to be expected. I mean, you kind of get what you pay for there. But this one here looks, at least from the photos, like it's built very well. And being that it's carbon fiber, it really caught my attention. I think this is a carbon fiber one. We'll find out right now. So we get an instruction manual here. The other thing that caught my attention was the fact that the legs can open out almost flat. So sometimes, depending on what kind of light that you're needing to put on a tripod, sometimes that is a key thing to be able to do. All right, so you get the carrying bag here. Get some Allen wrenches. And get the stuff out of the way. And here is the unit. Now it's going to be a little difficult to, yeah, this is a carbon fiber unit. All right, so let me get this closer to the camera here so you can see how the legs are. All the tubes here are made of carbon fiber, which means that this is very light. However, this thing extends out to be a very large stand for your lights. So the legs just extend out like this, and then it has these locks right here, so they can lock into place and they won't move on you. It's a little difficult to get this on camera. Let me switch over to my front camera here. All right, so now you can see how the legs are opened up there, but you have the option to spread these legs even further. As I mentioned, you can almost get these legs almost flat to the ground. So I'll just do these two. Well, let me get the third one. There you go there. You can get an idea of how flat these legs can really go out, which is, I like that idea a lot better, especially if you're using lights outdoors and it's kind of windy. You know, some of these standard light stands, they'll topple over very easy. So to be able to spread out the legs like that is going to give you more stability. All right, there we go there. Now, as far as the height of this, you get 3 sections right here. So this thing's going to be able to really extend out. So all you got to do is just loosen it. There's the first section. Here's the second section. And now the third. All right, so this thing, I can't even get this all on camera here, but you get an idea. This thing extends out quite a bit. Very good. And it's very light. If I were to have a regular aluminum light stand that's this size, that extends out this much, it would be a lot heavier than what this is. This is easily at least half the weight of an equivalent one, but made of aluminum. So then to put this away, it breaks down very compact. Struggling here because I'm trying to get this all on camera. That way you can see how this is done. There you go there. Now it's ready to go. So if you had to stick this in your backpack, you could. Very lightweight. The bottom of the feet here, let me switch over to the overhead cam, has these rubber pieces here, which is very cool. And the top has your standard hardware for mounting your light there. So very cool. If you guys have any questions on any of the stuff that we unboxed here today, let me know in the chat room. And then you also get this hook right here to be able to either add a sandbag or, you know, backpack or something to be able to balance out the weight if you need to. All right. And I think that is it for tonight. I'm going to be going live again tomorrow. I've got a bunch more stuff to unbox. Tomorrow, well, just to let you know how, the other stuff that I have here, I do have more photography equipment I need to unbox. That's not going to be tomorrow. I'm going to save that for another day. I think tomorrow we're going to be doing some air dusters and a vacuum. These are all things that are very beneficial to have if you have electronics that you need to keep clean, free of dust. And so definitely, as I said, follow my Amazon page. That way you get notified when I do go live. So I do plan to go live again tomorrow. I also have a kid's tablet. I have a portable monitor I need to unbox. And then we're going to be doing a segment of microphone boom arms. Right now I'm using the Blue Compass boom arm, which is, it's pretty pricey, but it's a very good boom arm. These other ones are a little bit cheaper, but they look like they're built very well. So we're going to be unboxing those. And then I also have this, tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and do the air dusters, and because I also have this tire inflator, but it's very different than what you would expect out of a tire inflator. That's the type of electronics that I like to bring onto Amazon Live and present them to you because, I like to find electronics that are different. They're not what you would typically see out there. And trying to find stuff like that on Amazon sometimes isn't easy. So to be able to bring those onto my lives here and show you guys how they work, I think is pretty cool because first of all, we get to unbox it, we get to try it out and see what it's all about. Sometimes you're learning right along with me. So if you guys have any other questions, let me know in the chat room. If not, please be sure to follow the Amazon page. Again, that way you get notified when I do go live. And I am going to be uploading all these reviews onto my Amazon page so you can check those out after the fact. I already have some reviews up there, so if you want to go check it out now, feel free to do so. If not, I hope I will see you guys tomorrow. And it doesn't look like there's any questions here. So with that being said, adios.